good morning, guys. Welcome to my morning commute to work. As you can tell probably from the sounds that you're hearing, it's kind of dismal and dreary because it's raining here in Nashville. As you can hear from the sound of the wipers and the rain that you hear. But ironically enough, our question that we have today that we're going to answer in our Dashboard Confessionals is from Twitter. It's from @SunshineAS317. At least I think that's what her Twitter name was. I know it had something to do with sunshine. Hopefully she'll bring some sunshine today. But we're going to paraphrase her question because a little disclaimer for you. We want to make sure that even though we're doing these Dashboard Confessionals while we're driving, we never read anything while we're driving down the road because that would just be crazy. That's why you don't see me looking at the camera too much. I'm paying too much attention to what's going on the road. But in any case, Sunshine asked us the question, how do you get your worship team to basically, how do you get your worship team to the same passion that your worship leader has? Well, that's a good question, and if I interpret it the same way that I think that you're asking it, I think basically the key to this is making sure that you've got the right worship team in place. For one thing, the level of involvement in worship that you have is basically in tune to the level of the worshiper. It's something that you're not going to force to bring up to the level of the worship leader. The job and the ultimate responsibility of the worship leader is to remove distractions from worship. But I think we need to keep in mind that every single person that should be up on the stage is a worship leader. We are lead worshipers. Every single person that's there on that stage. That drummer is no less significant than the person that's there in front of the mic, that's there in that position of being the worship leader or the worship pastor. We're all lead worshipers. So I think that in order for us to have people that have the same passion as the worship leader, I think that starts with the worship leader making sure that the people that we're putting there up on that stage with us have a passion for serving. I think all too often we get caught in a rut of needing people to serve. Maybe we need a particular instrument that we need to have filled, whether it's a drummer, whether it's a guitarist, that we find someone that plays that instrument and we flock to them. I mean, man, we are just running to them to say, hey, can you play this Sunday? Or, hey, man, I hear that you play guitar or you play really well. Man, I think God's calling you to do this. Really? I think sometimes we need to make sure that we're checking people's hearts before we check their musicianship. Not to say that how they play is important, but how their heart's condition is and where they are with serving with the Lord is much, much more important than what their musical ability is. So I think really if you start with that key principle, then I think, Sunshine, that's where you're going to find how you're going to be able to get the worship team's passion up with where the worship leader is. But if you look right down below this video, I'm going to post a couple of links that I think will be really helpful to you in making sure that your worship team is as good as it possibly can be so that you and your team can grow together spiritually as a good, sound, mature worship team. Thanks for the question. If you've got questions that you'd like to ask, you can always reach out to me on Twitter. You can reach out to me at Jason Whitehorn. It's WHITEHORN, or at GotWorship. But you can also reach out to me on email at jason@gotworship.net. Till next time, you guys have a great and blessed day, and hope you're having a drier day than I am. God bless.